Hi, I'm Leslie Harrell. I'm a student with Christian Leaders Institute. When I was 18 years old, I went to Tampa for a weekend and I wound up being trafficked. Once I was able to escape that, I came home and was introduced to crack cocaine. I saw some things out there that people should not ever have to go through. I can remember walking the streets one night. It was a Wednesday night. I was wrestling with God and asking him, what on earth am I doing out here? I have a little girl at home. My sister has.
My name is Shavonne Sams. When I was younger, my mother had her issues, which led to my aunt raising me. My aunt had a drinking problem. My aunt was in an abusive marriage, so I saw all of this. Once she decided to get a divorce, we moved out, and I became the grunt of her nights of drinking. So, mind you, I wasn't the perfect little angel, but there are some things that I did not deserve. At the age of 15, she told me to get out. So throughout the years, I heard things about my mother, how she was on the streets, how she was doing crack, how she didn't want me.
I walked by this church, and the doors of the church were wide open. But I went to the phone booth and called the police. As I was sitting there and the police came, they were drilling me like I had broken into the church. But it was when the pastor of that church came up, Reverend Desi Eccles came up, and he said to them, "Why are you all talking to my church member like that? Leslie, go home and I'll see you Sunday." When he said, "Leslie, go home, I'll see you Sunday," all I heard was the voice of Jesus. He knows my name. Jesus knows my name. That night, as I walked past the ditch canal that was next to that church, I threw my crack pipe in that ditch canal. It was that night that God delivered me instantly from crack cocaine. Instantly. I went to church that Sunday.
June 30th, 2001. I was on my way to Daytona with a friend, and my car flipped. I was ejected from the car, not knowing that I would be 10 days in the hospital. And when I came back from this deep sleep coma, who was there? My mother. And by that time, my mother had gotten clean. And we have been inseparable since.
I would not take my journey back, ever. Now I can go back to those very same streets. And everybody know, that's Miss Leslie. I can go places and speak to people and say things and help them to see the better in themselves because of my experience in the streets. Even and being able to relate to the hurts and pains of those who are suffering from drug addiction or those who have been human trafficked survivors. Those are hurts. Those are hurts. And the love that we have to give through Jesus Christ, through every work that we do, it empowers someone else to learn the truth and the love of Jesus Christ.
I realized that I had a purpose for my life, and education was going to be key. There was growth that I needed, and so I started Christian Leaders Institute in 2021. From then, understanding my personal mission is to help others to love themselves so that they can love others. And realizing that is the second greatest commandment. A few years after creating a nonprofit to help youth and families to love themselves so that they can love others. And this has been my spiritual journey, continuing to build our community with the help of the knowledge that I'm gaining from Christian Leaders Institute.
The experience that Jesus gave me and allowed me to experience was so I could be this person that goes back. It's not for everybody, because the people that I can reach, I can't reach somebody else that someone else can reach. I'm able to relate to them in such a way to say, you know what, if God did this for me, look at what he can do for you. Have a beautiful family, awesome husband that loves me to death, one of my greatest cheerleaders aside from my daughter. When we think about ministry and the work of Christ all throughout our land and abroad, it's through the development of effective leadership that we can share the gospel of Jesus Christ effectively. And it was in studying my studies at Christian Leaders Institute that I received not only my ordination, another ordination through Christian Leaders Alliance, but I was also able to get my certificate as a leadership coach. With that certificate, I've learned to minister to families at different levels and able to just recognize the healing that takes place through the work that we're able to do by having a chance to be educated for free. Being able to serve in such a way, I'm grateful. So thank you, Christian Leaders Institute, for this opportunity to share in the work of sharing the gospel throughout this world.
So it has been an experience to go through the courses with her and, just talk about the feedback and what we've gained and what we've learned and some of the things that we're already implementing. So it's very great. I'm truly grateful.